Yes, y'all. Welcome in to episode 286 of the Dumb Marks podcast. It's your boys, your favorite Saturday brunch bunch, back at it again. Going over everything that is the week that was in pro wrestling. We also have TNA Rebellion predictions to get into. We got AEW Dynasty predictions to get into. Mount Rushmore's Mushes of the Week. Jam-packed show. A lot of content to go over and discuss. We're going to come in hot and heavy with this right off the bat here. So I'm going to open the floor quickly to you guys. As you can see, I don't have any rose-colored glasses like Donald to get my shit off, but I did find some Yin's glasses. So we're
ready for the draft.
What Yins are doing in pro wrestling because, man, oh, man. So I will open the floor generously and graciously to you guys right now. How we living, how we feeling, what's going on?
Busy wrestling weekend. It feels like April.
Yep, it does.
Back-to-back busy weekends.
Next week's gonna be shit show too. So.
we got Podomania 6 next week. Podomania 6. So you know how we do it live every day, back to back shows for your boys. Biggest event of the year. I see a lot of people ripping off Podomania. Should have got a trademark 5 years ago because people were ripping that off. I see that going around, various versions of it, but we were the first ones to do it. So everybody else can suck it. All right. So we'll be live. Head on over to YouTube, subscribe, check the bell, make sure you get notifications. That way you don't miss a single episode during Podomania, as well as the live weekly rundowns here Saturday mornings as we do. All right, with that being said, let's get into this. WWE, what are we doing? What are we doing? I got on this platform last week, tried to make sense of it, tried to talk it up, tried to do right by it and give it a chance. But then as the week progressed, CM Punk decided to insert himself in this storyline for whatever reasons. Then rumors broke that, hey, the Backlash main event is going to be Pat McAfee and Randy Orton versus Jelly Roll and Cody Rhodes. And I said, nah, they're not going to do that. And then last night SmackDown happened. And by God, as JR would say, we're going to get Pat McAfee and Randy Orton against Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll at Backlash coming out of Mania. So everything that's going on. Yes. Fresh fade. Who's this? This is the Adam Christian. The hairline's been gone. I'm tired of hiding it. Under the hat. Coming in here raw. Pause.
More courage than I. You
got Fresh Fades. Who this? It's me. It's Double S. You know the drill. All right. What are we doing? Please, somebody try to explain to me what we're doing before I chime in and get on my soapbox.
Well, don't buy anything for Sunday Mania. Marketing 101 right there. Don't even buy Sunday. Just watch Saturday.
That's probably the one that's selling.
I was thinking on that. I was like, you're telling someone not to buy something. It's like whenever the CEO unveils a new burger, tries it live for everybody, and then everybody's like, no, I don't need to buy that burger after that.
That'll lead to Punk coming out on Monday night saying, hey, night 2. 25% off now until SmackDown on Friday.
We're gonna fight you from Monster.
Yeah.
Rammed this one, Monster. This one.
Yeah, I'll one-up Pat and give you an extra day to get your 25% off.
I didn't watch the promo, but I saw that clip about him saying, "Don't watch Sunday." It's like that's how we're marketing shit now in this company.
For me, how it's all wrapped up and everything, it is all a conspiracy. It's TKO, WWE, the talent, the bookers, the writers, the sponsors. It's everybody all in cahoots with each other to try to sell tickets. That is all what it is. And they wrapped it up in a storyline. That's it. That is all what it is. And if you believe anything other, then you're fucking stupid.
So stop getting worked up.
Yep. This is stop getting worked up because that's all what it is. There is no storyline in it. There's nothing. It is just a company that's seeing, oh my God, the biggest main event, like the biggest event in wrestling is not selling. So they all got together in the war room and figured this out.
I mean, look at Punk's pipe bomb over a decade ago. And it's like everybody's just like, holy shit, can you believe he said that? Well, someone was going to approve him to say that. Like, or it would have got cut off a lot of that, you know? So it's the same thing that all don't get behind the curtain.
To say that they're not selling tickets is a little bit of a misnomer.
True.
Okay, they have 39,000. I think was last 39,000. I saw night one and 41,000 night two.
Night two.
Right. So averaging say 40,000 per night. Right. 40,000 is not a number to scoff at.
Nah,
like 40,000 people 2 nights in a venue that you just ran last year is nothing to scoff at, but it's not last year's numbers. And we know at WrestleMania, you're supposed to one up the one you did the year before. Now, they shot themselves in the foot by booking Vegas again and all that and prices.
They got greedy.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
What was the one Steph was trying to have down there? Was that SummerSlam?
In Vegas?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
There was something Steph. That's when Steph stepped back.
Okay.
And sell tickets, and they moved it from there.
Vegas is not a traditional wrestling town.
Exactly.
It constantly goes there, though.
So, I mean, yeah. Look, Jason, you said this was part of your mush?
I was on board. I was like, I just came to grips, but then you put Jelly Roll back in the picture, and I'm like, you're adding too much hot sauce to the main event. Like,
Here's
every time that man comes on my screen, I just want to turn the TV off. I hate that dude.
If Punk doesn't say what he says about McAfee on Monday, which leads to McAfee getting in the ring last night, retorting to Punk, to where I think there's more of a marquee story between Punk versus Pat McAfee coming out of this than anything else. It's like it's two are on opposite brands on opposite night main events, and that's the match that I want to see is Punk versus McAfee. So go figure.
Yeah.
Just based off of words and what was said between the two people. You take Punk out of the equation, you just focus solely on what's been done on SmackDown. Do we need Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll? Absolutely not.
No. And I've come to grips with Pat because Pat's been there. Pat's put in his time. Pat can wrestle. Pat has a character that works.
Mm-hmm.
Pat delivers on screen. With Jelly Roll, everything just seems theatrical, forced, and just wedged in. More wedged in than Pat. So that's my gripe.
I think where the wrong turn was made, and not necessarily made by inserting Pat, it's their timeline for doing it.
The biggest mania of them all.
Yeah, that's the Raw after Mania is Pat versus Jelly Roll. There, Mars. It's the timing. It's the timeline. You threw this out there when you didn't have a chance to let it breathe, to grow the legs that it needed to grow to get people on board with it.
Mm-hmm. It's too late.
Unreal season 3. It's like that's all this is.
But no, it's like you. I mean, you can look at Marvel. It's like Black Widow came out way past whenever it should have, and it hurt the movie when it came out. I liked Black Widow. I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed Black Widow. I go back and rewatch Black Widow, but it didn't hit because of everything that went on and how it got pushed to when it got released.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing here. You went past your due date of when you should have kicked this off. And that has to do a whole lot of the backstage politicking between TKO and WWE and, Ari, Hunter, creative, the whole 9 yards, mapping stuff out, having to change on the fly due to the just exorbitant amount of injuries that happened going into this WrestleMania that derailed it. Like, This thing was Danhausen cursed the minute they said they were leaving New Orleans and going back to Vegas.
Yes.
And you can see it's been cursed since then. It's been cursed with the initial intro rollout of the vignettes for the poster overall, with the men getting their spot around the poker table. Why aren't the women there? Blah, 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 blah. People bitching about that. Then it was tickets went on sale and it's oh my God, prices are absorbing it, not going, blah, blah, blah. It just everything one after the other. Seth injured, Braun injured, just Bronson. Like, this thing has been cursed since day one of the announcement that they're pulling out of New Orleans.
Yep. And it's showing now. It is definitely showing.
What sucks
who's the blame?
You can't finger point and put blame on any one individual or group. You can't.
No, I'm just blaming them in general because it's like it's them being greedy on it. So,
but when you say them being greedy, like you referencing TKO being greedy? Okay, but that's not the full. But that's not the full blame either. That's what I'm like. You can't just finger point at TKO being greedy. If you keep this in New Orleans and ticket prices aren't what they are, and they're not that they wouldn't be high in New Orleans, but if they're stagnant per inflation in New Orleans, not over and above because it's Vegas, if you've kept it in New Orleans and you still do the same build, timeline, injuries, everything else remains the same, but the venue changes, you're still going to get the same backlash that you have now. Like, if I'm them, I don't even want to put on WrestleMania at this point. And what's sad is that on paper, looking at these matchups, this has the ability to be one of the best bell for bell WrestleManias that we've had in years.
Card-wide, yes.
Card-wide, yes. And that's where my mush comes in at. The build is so lackluster. It's bad. Probably the worst build since I've been watching wrestling. I'm not talking about the 6 years I took off because I didn't know any storylines or anything. But it's probably been the worst build to a WrestleMania.
The only thing that's delivering for me is Oba Brock and Liv and Stephanie.
Those are your two best. And then Liv and Steph, we got to see if Liv even gets cleared.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nasty. I can still hear that bump.
Yeah, that was nasty. Yeah.
Like
whoever decided to have them standing 3 inches apart from each other was wrong, and Stephanie came in way too hot.
She did. Mm-hmm.
They were trying to pull that UFC.
Make it believable.
Yeah.
It's believable.
It's believable. But everything about the street has been believable. So
it didn't get thrown into a TV afterwards.
Yeah. But like I mean, you said Oba Brock, Liv, Stephanie, like
Jacob and Drew had me, but you're doing brawls every week. Now you
that's the timing issue, right? Yeah. Like people last night were like, this didn't advance the feud, this story stinks, and it's like, nah, bro, like they had it. It was perfectly done. This should have been, 2 weeks ago. They've relied on way too many pull aparts.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you see it every match. So
yeah, it's
not cool anymore.
They've taken the keep it simple, stupid formula with Punk and Roman and turn that into you're old, you're never here, and then Cody, Randy, 20 years of history to Pat, Jelly Roll, and we're saving. I still don't know what we're saving the business from.
Now, did I like that? Pull the NWO shit again?
I don't know. It's just Cody's to blame for everything.
The plot is shot, right? The plot doesn't make sense. I still enjoyed the verbal back and forth between Pat and Cody last night. And I enjoyed what Punk said Monday night, and I enjoyed Pat's retort last night. Like, verbally, the back and forth is great, but it doesn't make sense for the story.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where, like, the disconnect is. I'm not going to bitch and complain about celebrities being on WrestleMania. It's been that way since WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bitch about iShow Speed being on the WrestleMania card on ESPN the first hour and that match kicking off night 1. Why? Because your whole point is getting audience members.
Bring people in.
And he's not doing too much.
Yes.
He's physical, but he's not saying much. He's not Jelly Roll giving passionate speech 3 times a day, 3 times a show. It's And then Yachty I don't mind him standing off to the side, but him just messing up the promos with his weird ass voice is just killing me.
Future Hall of Famer Jelly Roll.
Yeah, at least I show Speed to just say, "Oh man, I messed up." That's it.
And limited outside of wrestling.
Yachty's pitching outside of Yachty's pitch and tone of voice. Yachty's been great.
He's just he's interjecting himself into the promos too much for me. But other than that, I don't mind it.
Thought last night telling Carmella Caterings that way was great.
Yeah.
He sold a haluva kick better than 90% of wrestlers. Sammy and Trick has been good. People hate it because Melo's not in Mania. That's the only reason why they hate that. But Sammy and Trick, the story they've been telling between them two and where they're at positionally and the character changes and everything else, like that has been good. It just came at Melo's expense, which is why everybody's bitching about it.
And didn't need to be for the title for me.
Them announcing the Demon's return. I don't know why you just threw that up on a graphic after Monday night.
You could have saved that for Mania.
Do you not realize the pop that gets when he comes out as the Demon? I wouldn't even have foreshadowed it in the tease with the change around the eyes at the end of the promo on Monday on the vignette. I would have just zoomed in on his face and left it there. I didn't need you to tease the Demon.
You gotta spoil everything in wrestling now.
Marketing. Got to get the eyes on it automatically.
Yeah,
Finn was just on Cody's.
Touch on that a little bit later too.
Finn was just on Cody's podcast a month or two ago talking about how he hates that the Demon has to be announced as like the Demon is not this
separate entity,
alter ego entity that has mystical power. That's not what the Demon is. The Demon is Finn Balor putting on the war paint to go to war. It's his Braveheart Mel Gibson.
When it first started in NXT, they'd never announced it. He did it. Eventually, it got to be like, oh, you're either facing Finn or you're facing the Demon, and
that's a Vince thing.
They did that, but yeah, I agree. It doesn't need to be announced.
I just don't like.
Here's hoping it's the same theme music too, because if they pull the Demon out with different theme music, that's gonna mess with it.
Well, they already scrapped the Usos' new theme based off of the non-response that got in Madison Square Garden.
You bitch about them coming out to Jay's music, and then
you get something.
Then where's Jay's music at?
But you didn't need to remix you didn't need to remix the Usos. Like you already had the theme.
I was essentially Jay's music, just different words.
I just don't understand. Like, and then Raw and SmackDown are in Vegas this week.
I didn't realize Raw. I knew SmackDown would be, but
so you're expecting.
Where are they? The Raw after Mania? Are they still in Vegas again?
I believe so.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So we're gonna do 2 Raws in Vegas?
Yep. So a whole week. Whole week.
5% off, sponsored by FanDuel.
Just anybody and everybody 25% off.
Yeah, that's too much.
And then people bitching EO. Why isn't EO and Oscar on this card? They're saving that for Backlash. Why didn't they put EO? How's EO have arguably one of the greatest women's matches at WrestleMania last year in the Triple Threat, wins the title, and this year she's off the card? One, not everybody needs to be on the card. And two, if you're taking EO and Oscar, what match are you taking off? Put Io and Oscar on the card. What match are you taking off?
I don't even know the card well enough to. And
nobody has given a response to that yet.
I still can't think of the card.
And plus, you haven't built up to it too. I mean, it was there in the background, but they didn't do enough of it to.
I mean, he just started this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, to call for it.
And the match isn't Io versus Asuka. The match is Io, Asuka versus Kairi.
Yes.
That's the match.
No, in WWE, they won't even go on Backlash. It'll go on Raw.
Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody's excited to tune in on Friday Night SmackDown this upcoming week to see the Wyatt Six versus the MFTs in an 8-man street fight. So
for the how many times?
More the same. Was this 8 months running?
They announced the Andre Battle Royal yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
8 months running.
I just like we're about to hop off this because I can't anymore. They've completely. They have
come to the dark side.
They've tried to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, and it's just remained chicken shit.
What old man saying Wall Street? I ain't going fucking nowhere.
It's not even exciting.
I'm here. I'm
just hanging out next week with y'all. That's it.
100%.
All right, so let's move into the next topic that blew up across the timeline this week, and this will lead us into our TNA Rebellion predictions. When you don't pull out, bad things happen. Typically. Okay? But this was an instance when pulling out goes wrong.
Are they all official?
Yeah, they're all official. It's all done. Now, the wrestlers that were announced on the card, for Creative Pro, which seems, probably one of the biggest losers outside of the Leon Slater Ricochet match that was at a Memorial show. Apparently, and I don't know if this is true or not because I haven't been able to confirm it looking up anywhere, but apparently the wrestlers that were announced are still on the card. They're just in other matches. Apparently. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. They may not even be there at all. But I know Pat Buck, who's co-founder of Creative Pro, he went on an absolute rant and just torched Carlos Silva for doing what he did. But then he thanked Tony Khan for standing up in partnerships and this and that. And it's like, does everybody not remember when AEW was pulling people off of indie matches and pulling people out of cards? Because we can go through the list and run through the names that they've pulled off of shows.
Tribalism.
And that was recent, too.
You're picking who's the villain in this. And WWE's the villain.
Now, I 100% absolutely believe WWE put the kibosh on this.
Yeah.
Is that a good look for Carlos Silva and TNA? No. But that's what happens when
follow the money.
You're in bed with WWE. So you can't have Nick Nemeth lose to MJF, but you can have Ariana Grace, an NXT Women's Champion or NXT Superstar, be your TNA Women's Champion and beating your TNA talent.
Yeah.
You can have JC James win the Knockout Champions. You can have Trick Williams be your TNA champion.
Just can't be out of the
You
bubble.
can have Stax be your international champion or whatever the hell they're calling that title. But you can't have people lose or do the job to other talent.
Unless it's in the bubble, can't do it.
Why can't MJF lose? If you call for MJF to lose, who's pulling that match? Tony
Who is
Khan.
MJF wrestling?
Nick Nemeth?
Okay.
If MJF is slated to lose, Tony Khan is pulling that match.
The bigger question with this here is, and there's been a couple of different takes. Kenny Omega had a really good take on this about, losing the forest through the trees and being short-sighted and everything else. Speedball Mike Bailey said, exclusive contracts are bad in pro wrestling. It hurts the wrestlers. It hurts, talent. It hurts indie guys that are trying to get a shot.
Until they sign that exclusive contract.
They've never been in WWE system, so
Until
you're in that system, then you know.
It's the best part about being an independent contractor that they tell you that you can't go be an independent contractor. It's my favorite thing about their contracts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a dependent contractor. Yeah. It's not independent. Yeah. But I mean, even with AEW, people are just this week just so glowingly and lovingly putting them over. And it's like, not everybody goes out and does. Like, it's not like every AEW ROH signed wrestler can just go willy-nilly and do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Do I believe partnerships are good for the business? Yes. Do I believe, independent contractors being allowed to go and work different indies and everything else is good overall? Yes. But Tommy Dreamer said this way back when. It's all nice and good while people are in the sandbox playing until there's one toy left. Until you get to the finish, partnerships are great. But when it comes time for the finish, that's where everything breaks down. And honestly, if you're going to these shows and you have talent like Create a Pro that has Nick Nemeth versus MJF that's not featuring Create a Pro talent, which does train wrestlers that end up going to these bigger companies, you should let it up to the promoter of the indie to decide to finish.
Got Hogan in my head right now. Hogan and Bischoff just playing.
But does Create a Pro have a streaming deal for their shows that I know? I don't know that. I don't believe so. So who's it for? It's for the people that are there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will clips and everything get out because everybody got a camera? Yes.
Yeah. And word will spread.
If it's not on TV, it didn't happen.
I can't.
Yep. Hand cam don't count.
But Natalia can go to GCW.
Yeah. I'm so interested to see, does Natalia beat Shayna Baszler?
Yeah.
What if Josh is like, nah, Shayna's going over?
It's Natty.
Now, Natty sprinkled some sauce on that to see, why she can't lose and blah, blah, blah. I thoroughly enjoyed the build to that match. That's one of the matches I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah.
But all this you could point back in Taekwon. He's not on right now, but go back and listen to Cross's promo after Mania last year. That hits every single nail on the head. Does this hurt TNA? Because, if something happens relationship-wise with WWE and that turns, well, you've already alienated AEW. You worked with them in the past, even though Silva wasn't in charge. But that's not going to be a place to partner with. You absolutely ruined MLP's partnership.
Because TNA got the shaft in that deal.
They got ratings. That's what they got out of that deal.
You got MLP and TNA that aren't going to partner now. Create a Pro is not going to want to send any wrestlers to TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nah, we're good. We don't want to take anybody either. And I feel like Brian Myers has something to do with Create a Pro because he was the one that got the match booked.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
So that's a TNA talent.
It'll be interesting to see what comes out of the week and all the different events going on, the results. But there was definitely some in there that I was really looking forward to. That won't happen now.
I mean, I may think, looking at the week to come, like I may think that the two cards that I'm most interested in may be House of Glory and Barnett's Bloodsport.
No. Bloodsport for me right now.
And that's just based off of the build with everything that we talked about previously with WWE.
Is it Cross and Zilla, House of Glory?
I don't know if that's on how. No, it's Brody King and Zilla on House of Glory.
Okay.
Cross and Zilla is for, and I can't think of the name. The Vegas promotion that Cross came up in. I can't remember what that one is off the top of my head.
1PW, something like that.
But yeah, like. So outside of the just absolute horrible PR that TNA's had last night, guess what they decided to spoil?
Oh, that's part of my mush.
Guess what they decided to spoil? They decided to spoil the return of EC3.
That's not mush worthy. It's EC3.
You're saying that because it's EC3.
Yes, that's why I'm saying that.
But they were teasing it online, and then just gave away the ending. Like, to me, tease it, that's fine, to get you to watch the pay-per-view to find out what it is. You don't give it away.
Find out who shows
like
up.
the demon.
Yeah.
Like the demon.
Like that was ridiculous. Whenever they actually gave it.
Just 4 cents. You
I mean,
spoiled every time AJ came back.
You just keep going with it, Pedal to the metal.
We'll just
We'll give you all the results for tonight's card.
Content over everything.
Yeah. LOL TNA.
Let's break down this card. Let's get into it.
All right. One countdown match: Ryan Nemeth versus BDE.
I think that changed.
They moved it to the main, or did they get rid of the match?
That's something got pulled.
I think they changed the card.
Okay, this was last night. So
the graphic that they put up this morning, they have
subject to change.
This morning is newer than last night.
Oh wait, hold on. No, you're right. Nemeth versus BDE. The way this graphic, the bottom of the graphic, they have Kazarian, Moose, Special Agent Zero, and Ryan Nemeth. But then you have to zoom in, and it's Kazarian versus Elijah, Nemeth versus BDE, and Moose versus Special Agent. Like the layout on the poster makes no sense.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, I thought it was.
You thought it was a multi-man?
Yeah, I thought it was a multi-man.
I mean, BDE got to win this one.
Yeah, BDE.
All right, we'll kick off the main card. Nick Nemeth versus AJ Francis, and this was another part of my mush in TNA. So Nick Nemeth has been a heel with Ryan Nemeth for how long now? And just because we're in Cleveland, we're gonna make him face just for this match.
With Bernie Kosar in his corner.
Really?
That's a dream come true for Nick Nemeth to have a 70-year-old quarterback from the Browns in the 80s and 90s being your corner.
Just because we're in Cleveland, he has to be the hometown hero. Pun intended.
They pulled that old Nikki Bella, a few years back. Depending on who she fought, face heel.
So Ryan's going into his match as a heel, but Nick's going into his match as the face.
Nick's gonna win strictly because it's in Cleveland.
Yeah,
but I will say this: Top Dollar is making top dollar. So you guys hate on AJ Francis, but the man has consistently improved. He's good to great on the mic at times. He's changing up his body and everything else. Like he's putting in the work. So
Mic work has improved. In-ring talent hasn't.
Does Nick still have his little his automatic championship bid?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is the route I thought they were going until they moved to Eddie Edwards calling his shot based on the Feast or Fire briefcase.
That would have made more sense. But you have two of those, so I get it. All right, up next, Kazarian versus Elijah.
Kazarian.
Elijah.
Go Elijah.
Elijah.
Because Elijah was taken out on Thursday, so I think that'll be. He gets the retribution this week. And up next, we got Moose versus Special Agent Zero.
Moose.
Which I don't understand this at all because Moose is beefing with the system. So why have him in this Haas match with Order 4?
Needs to have a match. That's the only reason.
It makes no sense. Yeah.
In the shenanigans.
Give me Agent Zero. Just because I think it will do. I think it'll do not wonders because that's too strong of an impact. No pun intended. But I think it sets up Agent Zero to be a player, which Bill Collier is going to be a player in TNA.
Yeah.
We've seen a ton of him here locally.
He can deliver more than just stand around every week.
Yes.
All right, we'll get into the 6-woman hardcore country tag team match. Elegance Brand versus Mickey James, ODB, and Taryn Terrell.
Give me the TNA knockout original, so to speak.
So,
give me ODB.
Yeah, the originals are gonna win. I mean, it seems like every quote unquote legend is getting their final bids in. So,
and a lot of it in TNA right now too. Moving on, Jason's match of the night: the tag team championship, Hardys versus the System.
Yeah, this was set up by the Righteous. Taking out I don't know what the hell's going on with this booking. This is so strange. Like, you should have put the tag team titles on the Righteous.
There you go.
And you dropped the ball. So now what? I mean, Matt Hardy can barely walk anymore. Jeff is so banged up. It's like he's an operation board from back in the day. You touch one body part and you get zapped. It's like, this is just get the belts off the Hardys and wrap their career up, please.
Hang them up.
Back to what I said last week.
I'm picking the System. I know it's not going to happen because you got to get. I think you're going to put the belts on the Righteous, but I'm picking the System anyway.
Hardys.
Yeah, Hardys.
I'm picking the Righteous until they get the belt.
Option C.
Yes.
TNA Knockouts Championship: Ariana Grace versus Lei Ying Lee.
So this was set up. There's been shenanigans. Indy and Santino got suspended indefinitely. That's going to lead to a intergender match against Ariana and Stax on the next special. Give me Ariana.
Yeah. Ariana. I feel like Indy's the goal here. Ariana.
Yeah. Ariana retain here. All right, TNA X Division Championship: Leon Slater versus Cedric Alexander.
This is one of two of my matches of the nights, and it's an extreme coin flip. I have no idea which one I'm going to pick, but this match is going to absolutely slap.
For me, it's a 2-match card.
Yeah, I'll make it a 3-match card on my books, but I got Leon Slater to retain. But this is going to absolutely slap.
I hope.
Is the System going over?
I got Cedric.
I got Slater.
But
need to do something with the System.
I was going to say, that's an interesting point, Jason. I wasn't even thinking of that. All right, moving on to the International Championship: Trey Miguel versus Mustafa Ali.
Okay, these two should main event.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, this is going to be.
You could give me the X Division or the International for the main event, really.
Yeah. Realistically, absolutely. I'm going to say Miguel because I need Ali in the main title picture. Ali versus Santana should be the feud that you build around your Summer to Slammiversary.
Mm-hmm.
That should
or,
be the
or even
direction
Bound
that
for
we
Glory.
go. I wouldn't wait till Bound for Glory. That's too far. Slammiversary is in July. I build to Ali versus Trey Miguel at Slammiversary.
End of June this year. Announced the other day.
Is their title picture too convoluted?
Yes. They need, I mean, Ali needs to move. They need to move him into the title picture.
They do.
You know, I think you're going to have to end up using up your match with Ziggler. And I have a feeling that'll be Slammiversary instead of. Yeah. Some of these guys need to be moved into the picture. And I was thinking about that watching that. But I go back and forth on this. Either way, I'm happy, but I'm going to go Miguel to retain.
I agree with you, Steve. He needs to be moved. I'll give both of you guys. Give me Trey Miguel to retain.
Miguel.
All right. In the main event, Santana versus Eddie Edwards. And I mean, I was thinking about the other day, like, will this match deliver? Probably. And I understand.
That's why I said 3-match card.
Yeah. But it's like, why do every time there's a champion, Eddie Edwards has to get a match in there? Like, and this is where I was feeling like I was thinking the other day of Ali could be moved into the main event. Like, we need some stuff to freshen up here in this TNA main event title picture.
So is Macklin still technically in the picture?
Who?
Macklin.
I don't know I don't know if he's injured or what.
I mean, he had the concussion, so that didn't. They pulled the switcheroo, which is why we have Eddie versus Santana. Don't know if plans changed based off of that injury per se, or they were originally going with this at Rebellion. But I mean, you could see Macklin coming back and costing Santana, and that's how you get the belt on the system. You could do that, but then that leads to what, Moose back in the title picture.
Yep.
And you still got Nick Nemeth with his opportunity.
Yeah. Chris, I'm with you. There need to be a lot of change in their title picture. I'm going with Santana, even though I'm not a big Santana believer with him.
Yeah, same.
Santana.
Match of the night.
X Division.
Yeah. X Division International.
Cedric and Slater.
I'll go Miguel Ali. I'm just super high on Ali.
Yeah.
And Trey is so innovative. Like, we got teasers with the match, and give these guys like 15 to 20. Like, actually let them go out there and really steal the show.
Both matches.
Like, coming out of this pay-per-view, everybody should be, if you do it right and you let the talent deliver, coming out of this pay-per-view, what people should be talking about TNA is Trey Miguel versus Mustafa Ali and Leon Slater versus Cedric Alexander. Those should be your two talking points coming out of this pay-per-view.
Agreed. We'll see.
All right. So we started off with some mush. We started off with predictions. Let's continue the mush flow. I think, did we get all three of your guys' mush discussing, talking about going into it? So it's just my mush that's left.
There you go. Soapbox. I'm on. AEW. Where'd I begin? No.
I mean, look, I'm not going to hammer the nail home any more than what we already had with WWE, because that could be mush in and of itself. Roman not being there this week, 2 weeks out from Mania, could be a mush of the week as well.
Part-timer.
But AEW, man, like the first 30 minutes of that show, it's just they're never gonna change what they do. And it's frustrating because you kick it off with a brawl in the parking lot between United Empire and the Death Riders. But anybody that tunes in has no idea who United Empire is. They have no idea why they're there with Will Ospreay. Like, you have to just be an AEW sicko to know who those guys are and how it's tied in. And, Ospreay did say before he announced the Canada Chaos in Canada match that, as the main event, but it wasn't the main event because Omega and MJF came out for a 2.5 minute speaking segment, which that was just absolute god awful trash. So you actually hooked me to start the show with that, and it led to the pull apart brawl and everything else, and then the Chaos in Canada. And I'm like, okay, I actually want to see this. Like, you got me. And then the next segment just absolutely took me out of the show. You go to...
I was going to say, what was the segment after that?
You go... While they're wrapping up the match announcement and everything else for Ospreay and Chaos in Canada, then they transition to, Willow's facing Queen Aminata for the TBS Championship. Well, Aminata's been out, so we just come back from injury and get a title shot automatically.
That was already pre-announced, though.
So then going into the backstage interview segment with Doc Sampson to talk about Kenny Omega's diverticulitis and him being clear, surgery clear.
Talking about this.
Yeah. To what was it next? To Darby, and that it was just like, bro, like none of it made sense for a random trios match that led into an awkward beatdown after the match with Andrade kicking Darby in the nuts, and then Mark Davis and them doing whatever they did. To the Young Bucks coming out, to then Okada coming out and the Don Callis family coming out to get involved, to the ring clears, to get Okada and Takeshita throwing blows against each other. The one thing that we've been waiting for that hasn't been mentioned or talked about or referenced or anything for months. Now all of a sudden they're in the ring throwing blows against each other.
I think it's being hot-shotted. I don't think it was supposed to happen yet.
To then announcing Okada and Takeshita are tag teaming against the Bucks at Dynasty.
Is this where the Wrestles came out too?
Yes.
Because I was just wondering what's going on. Like this is just too many people against the Don Callis family. Like what's
the Rascals came out to take out and dive and everything else, and Myron Reed is facing Okada on Collision tonight.
Yeah.
Are we getting? What is it? Yeah, versus Iron Man. Are we getting that? Like,
what are we doing?
It was like a 12-man matchup.
I turned it off when they said it's Wednesday. And you know what that means.
Over that shit, huh?
And then I went to sleep. That was
now, there's definitely some bad in there, but like there was good on Dynamite too.
Stuff with William Queen.
Like I really enjoyed. So my Rushmores were, I enjoyed Willow and Queen Aminata. I thought that was a really good match. Even if it was rushed, it was a good match. I really enjoyed Ciampa and Dorada. I thought that was good. And then I usually hate Anarchy in the Arena, but the Chaos in Canada, I thought the match delivered too. Like, yeah, there's bad, but I only watch Dynamite and Impact right now. Dynamite clearly wins every week over Impact for me.
And Dynamite they've lost audience the last 3 weeks.
It's your boy.
But yeah, I think I would have actually rather would not have had the United Empire come in till tonight or tomorrow at the pay-per-view, and then you set up this upcoming week's Dynamite with that, and then you do the Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing,
and then the Newman looked like Ospreay's little brother and not the star. Yeah. I'm more interested in the other guys from United Empire and seeing what they do. He felt like the fourth wheel, flat tire on the car.
Back on.
So just like, just don't understand what like how that's supposed to be like good television. Because
none
at
of
that point,
none of it is right now. There is not one that's good television.
At that point, I'm checked out to where I don't like. Am I excited to see Queen Aminata back? Yes, but why did she have a title shot right away?
Yeah, they announced that on Collision last week. Like, as soon as Willow announces that she's doing open challenge, and then Queen Aminata's answering the challenge.
They pointed at the sign.
Yeah, it don't happen that day. It happens like a week in advance.
Yeah.
Point at the side, or I come out on the mic and say I'm number one contender. Let's hope what it is now.
And Christian Cage went from talking about dead fathers to banging mothers.
Retired.
I mean, that's always been what he does. But
retired.
You'll never give me a like Christian Cage.
Oh, he's been tremendous.
Well, gotta see more of him.
Yeah,
I know you won't, but.
So, all right, that's enough mushes. Let's get into Mount Rushmores this week. If anybody has anything that they actually, absolutely love to put on the Mount Rushmore.
I was gonna put the women because they delivered. I mentioned Queen and Willow, and then the women on NXT stand to deliver. They delivered.
Women as a whole, it's not one particular match for you.
Well, everybody on stand to deliver card delivered for me. So, yeah,
I completely forgot last weekend wasn't even stand to deliver.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the triple threat with JC, Lola, and Kendall. Watching stand and deliver, I know some people didn't feel like this, but to me that was the closest they've gotten to a takeover in a long time. As far as the matches and the performances, build wise, no, but I mean that was the closest match card wise for matches delivering that they've had in a long time. In the takeover aspect of 5 for 5, everybody delivered.
That's good 2.0. That wasn't good takeover.
I said it was the closest to takeover.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I didn't say it was takeover.
The only knock was the Carver and Jasper Troy, which should have never been on there to begin with. So that was my only knock. I enjoyed the main event. It's just you crown Tony D the champ, so that's automatically a knock in my book.
We said it. I said it on the show. Tony D was winning the belt.
Yeah.
For me, my Rushmore is I got the collabo I needed, the Glamorous Project, Blake Moreau, and the Vanity Project. And when that happened, remember, guys, I put my hand up, was like, called it.
Yep.
And they performed on Tuesday too, so I'm all for it.
And she got a belt. Oh God, she's just delivering on all.
Donald's gonna buy all the merch.
All for it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I thought everybody delivered women's wise, like you said. Soul and Zarya, I wanted a little bit more, but I thought it was good for what it was. Jada and Kalani was stiff, and Jada's on site. Kalani was live on Instagram tweeting Jada banging on her car windows and everything else in the parking lot. That's whenever, Jada's, her and Jey Uso's relationship announcement wasn't public yet. But that's officially official. So Miss Parker is off your board. If you're out there trying to make chess moves, Miss Parker is off your board.
Hey, married men this week is even in NFL. Kind of crazy.
I know we were talking about how Soul's going to get moved up to the main roster, and that's still, a topic of discussion. But the way Vic was on the mic after their match, it sounded like she's sticking around.
They still got this feud going.
Yeah.
So they're still tearing it up in the live shows. At least they're posting that content.
Yeah. So we'll see. But the triple threat women's match for me was the one that stood out outside of the missing a lot of it due to JC Jane's wardrobe malfunction. Which you can't. I mean, she'll never wear that top again. So, but outside of that, they were tremendous. And
like I said to Don and Jason whenever it was happening, like this isn't the first time it's happened for her, so I'm surprised they haven't done precautions yet. Yeah.
No, but it looked like they had it looked like she had like tape or something underneath it. But it, for whatever reason, like it just continued to like ride up as the match progressed, and you saw more and more of the tape on her back, and I'm like, all right. And then as soon as she got into the leg lock, it was like, yeah, we're out, and we're out, and we're out, and we're out.
It was a ref had to tell.
And we're out.
Ref tapped her on her shoulder, was like, hey.
And then it was out again off of the corner, the sunset flip on the corner, and we're out. It's like, man. But
you watched it back on YouTube?
Yeah.
And they didn't
on Sunday.
They didn't change anything?
No. So I mean, they blocked it out as much as they could, which I was expecting them that they did live, but you still saw it. Like they kept camera cutting it. Oh, 100% he got that.
What was it in a couple of minutes? He added to us.
He's rewatched that. I think that's all he watched this week was that match back. So, all right, Donald, Chris, what do you got for your Mount Rushmore?
Mine was the matches from Dynamite. I said.
Mine was Blake Moreau, Vanity Project.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's our Mount Rushmores and mushes of the week. Let's get into this Dynasty card.
Not terrible right now.
8 matches.
8 plus a 0 hour, and that's it right now. But Collision's tonight, so they'll add some shit to the 0 hour. I'm sure.
15,
maybe even
15
the main
total.
card. Yeah, I think right now 8 or 9 matches. So 0 hour, Alex Windsor versus Marina Shafir.
Again, this was set up on Wednesday with them interacting with the United Empire, Brawling Brutes. Windsor and Will Ospreay are set to get married coming up here. I'll go with give me Marina.
Marina
needs a win, especially after last month.
Exactly.
Marina. No, not, but I feel like this is a Dynamite match.
Yeah.
And shouldn't be on 0 hour. Like, because who's really going to watch 0 hour?
The flag wavers.
Well, I mean, if AEW, if they have the pay-per-view streaming problems that they had on Max for last pay-per-view, then everybody's going to see this match because that's all you're going to be able to watch is 0 hour. So,
like, I feel like this should be a match.
Yeah, it's absolutely a Collision or a Dynamite match.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But at least we're not getting AJ Big Boom Francis again on 0 hour.
Now you just put that out in the world. We'll get on to the main card. Jericho versus Ricochet. We'll get this one out of the way.
This should not be on the card. This should not be on the card. This should not be on the card.
So how long is Jericho going to put off signing that contract? If he leaves? Or is he inked the deal?
No, he's inked the deal.
No, he's inked the deal. Okay. Just after a contract and then interference.
This is going to be a true test to see how the AEW sickos really feel about Jericho because they're outside of Canada. And I think the only reason why they made this match is because everybody hates Ricochet. So they want Jericho to continue to get.
Are they in
cheered.
Vancouver?
Are they in Vancouver for Dynasty?
Vancouver for tonight.
Oh, well then, yeah, okay. Jericho's still getting healed, or he's still going to get cheered, and that's why he's on the card because it's in Canada still. I don't need this version of Chris Jericho and he supposedly he trademarked the cornerstone. But what I've seen his first comeback at Wednesday night, I don't need Jericho running through every gimmick he's done in his career. I don't need you bringing back the list in 2026.
Get ready for it.
And if Punk and Roman is getting shitted on because their reference it's built around he's old, Jericho saying you're bald is just that that's what we're doing.
Sounds like
funny.
Vince.
Yeah, but that's everybody with Ricochet. It's not just.
But that's what
Jericho.
I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
why even do it?
Only Jericho on the screen in 2026.
Sounds like a BKM thing. Hey, that's funny. Let's put that in there.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I agree. This will be a good test. Jericho's been out for over a year wrestling. Like, can he still go in the ring at all? Because it was very shaky there towards the end, the last run.
It's
And
not
this
even-
stylistically does not work for him.
It's not
Why are you
good.
putting a high speed, high flyer in there?
He
for your
wants
first
to
match?
try to be Lionheart Chris Jericho for tonight.
Oh my God! Please don't try that middle rope moonsault. Give
He
me
said he's in
Jericho.
his best shape, so
Yeah,
you know he's going to do it.
Give me Jericho.
Yeah, it's his match back.
Yeah, it's not a good test. It's Jericho winning. That's what the booking says.
That's what happens when you help start the company. You can do whatever you want.
Taekwon says Jericho Ricochet's real grapples.
Okay.
We're the best wrestle.
Okay.
This is where the big boys play. All right, moving on. Andrade versus Darby. If Darby wins, he gets a future AEW World Championship.
Good, there we go. Number one contendership match for him.
So if
So that-
Andrade wins, he doesn't get the number one contender match.
No, he just got
It's only the stipulation for
Only
Allen.
for Darby.
That's and he already called out MJF, so you know who's winning the match already.
Yeah, this is so stupid. It's so stupid.
So there you go.
Darby
So
needs,
stupid.
this is Darby needs to be on the card. So
Hey, Andrade, how's that grass?
I
He's
want
getting
Andrade. I want Andrade. So give me Andrade.
can we stop getting the Andrade breaks in the matches where he goes out and takes pictures with the fans? Like,
That's the gimmick.
That's the
I
gimmick.
know it's a
now.
gimmick, but I don't need the breaks in. Like, I think was it the last paper?
So it was okay when Ravishing Rick Rude did it, but when Andrade does it, you got a problem with it?
I don't even remember Rick Rude doing it, honestly.
That's all Rick Rude did.
It's no different than running it back.
With the women.
That's all Rick Rude did. We go out there and tug on the mustache and do the little the ravishing pose, and then yeah. Give me Andrade. I hate Darby Allin right now.
I don't need I don't need Darby in the title picture. So Andrade for the win.
I want Andrade to win, but again, they announced it 2 weeks ago.
No.
When he came out. So Darby.
Steve's match of the night: Young Bucks versus Okada and Takeshita.
The Young Bucks.
Give me Scotty and Jordan.
What'd you say?
Scotty and Jordan.
I think this is getting hot shotted to Double or Nothing. So Young Bucks for the win here.
Young Bucks.
If Fletcher didn't get injured, I don't think we would be hot shotting this yet. I would have saved that for All In, but. All right, the Casino Gauntlet match for the vacant AEW TNT Championship. Right now, we got Ciampa and Roosh. All the other to be determined still.
Briscoe.
No.
Move on.
To be determined.
I'm hoping Ciampa, but we'll see who else is in the match.
He had the belt once. and
You
look
had
what
him
happened.
lose just so Kyle Fletcher can get the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have him lose it. Have him win it, just take it back again. This is rinse and repeat.
TNT title doesn't mean anything.
A lot of those belts.
Wardlow.
You mean Fang?
Werewolf. Werewolf.
He might be coming back. You never know. Gotta hype up that show.
One punch and his arm will fall off again.
All right, Women's World Championship, Tekla versus Jamie Hayter.
Tekla.
Tekla.
I'm not as interested in Jamie Hayter anymore.
She's in a tag team. Where are the women's tag team titles at? Where are those belts at?
They'll end up being on 0 Hour.
Who's the women's tag team champions?
I see him on podcast more than anything.
Who has the belts?
Megan Bain, Cross.
The Divine Dominion or whatever they're calling themselves.
Not doing anything.
I forgot they had tag titles there for a bit.
Yeah, well,
everybody's got to have them.
When you have, the inspiration in ROH, great signing. Let's bench them and put them in the minor leagues because we don't have tag team titles that they could be wrestling for.
Fighting another all elite team that's regulated to ROH.
Real team.
We'll get moved. All right, Continental Championship, Mox versus Ospreay. Another belt that makes no sense, but
Ospreay.
Is he gonna be a double champ? I thought he's supposed to be the guy taking it.
That's later this year.
So you gonna have him loose?
Of course.
Everybody's got to be a double champ, man. I'm never picking Moxley, so
you have more than enough time for Ospreay to win it and drop it going into All In, or
Ospreay.
Give me Moxley.
Blasphemy.
I know. I'm doing it.
World Tag Team Championship, FTR versus Cope and Cage.
Give me FTR.
This is what I'm hoping is match of the night.
Why? Is because FTR's in it?
Yes.
It has chances to deliver. We'll see, but
Cape and Coach winning the belts.
No.
Yep. They're in Canada.
What did I tell you about the legends? Every legend now is getting their last ride with everything.
Yeah.
Resume checking.
Yes.
Adam Copeland said his main vision for his retirement is him being a heel and being dragged out of the arena. So if that will make you guys satisfied and happy dragging a legend out, then
he wants to pull the Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
I think what he really wants is that title he lost 25 years ago that he never lost in WWE. That's what he really wants.
I'm sure they'd give it to him.
Then they will. Cage and Cope is winning.
Jason, who'd you?
I think FTR. Yeah, I picked as soon as that popped up, and I don't even like FTR. Said I'd never pick FTR, but I'm picking Moxley and FTR today. So here we are.
Here we are. Different world.
I was going to say, what earth are we in today?
Pat McAfee over there.
Saving the business. John Moxley, FTR, and Randy Orton saving the business for Jason.
All right, Jason, who's saving the business in this match? World Championship, MJF, Kenny Omega.
It's MJF.
Yeah. That's the best for business?
This is best. Yeah. Kenny ain't got it.
Kenny ain't got it.
Kenny ain't got it. And he's playing on the mic. Kenny ain't got it.
Can I say it again? Every legend is on their last run. Kenny's winning.
As much
my brain wants to go to MJF, but my gut's telling me Kenny.
That's a bad metaphor to pick. Kenny's gut. It's not.
No offense.
No, you definitely just defended by doing that too.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Kenny.
Ospreay's winning the title at All In. Spoiler alert. Okay. It's just who do you want him to beat? Do you want him to beat MJF? Or do you want him to beat Kenny Omega?
Feud's better with somebody carrying it, MJF. You want to hear Omega and Ospreay on the mic?
They want to go round 3
for 3 months? No.
Well, if it's all about wrestling, we're the best wrestle, and you want to talk about
then guess what?
Matches that are 10 stars.
Listen, I like Ospreay, but all it's gonna be is listen up, bro.
There you go. I don't. God.
They want that round 3, round 4, whatever it is between Kenny and Ospreay.
Yeah,
that's like my Bane and Batman in whatever movie that was in, where they were just arguing. Where is it? Where is it? Who's on the mic? No.
Well played, sir. Well played.
I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do with Omega if he loses.
Off to the sunset.
Yeah, man.
The chain or whatever.
Take him out to the
go. It could be done.
You're hurting. Go.
He shows up next weekend, helps out Cody.
I have my
Give me Omega.
Just go.
Give me Omega. That's solely a heart pick.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say a gut pick because unlike Chris, I don't pick low hanging fruit. Chris MJF.
Chris MJF.
Yeah, Chris MJF. I almost said your full government name there, but I stopped. Yeah, give me Omega. Match of the night.
I don't remember
Young Bucks, Okada, and Takeshita.
So, like, if you're telling a story, FTR.
I'll go Kenny and MJF.
Nobody's picking Jericho and Ricochet.
I'll pass altogether because I ain't watching it, so it don't matter.
I understand.
Might be hitting CMJF over there with that login.
I got it.
Whatever.
All right, those are your Dynasty predictions. Head on over to social media. Let us know who you got for both TNA Rebellion as well as Dynasty. Anybody have any quick hitters?
I just got one. Beginning April 24th, CMLL will be live every week on Fox Sports 2 in Mexico.
Yep, saw that. So that's a nice little TV announcement there. Good for them. NWA got a TV deal. They announced this week.
You get a TV deal.
Yeah.
I saw that. Wouldn't, but I don't remember the network.
Yeah, hold on. I got it saved here. Give me 1 second.
At least they're going off of Roku, maybe.
NXT get theirs yet?
What'd you say?
Did NXT get theirs yet?
No.
YouTube.
Well.
And I'm not finding it in my bookmarks right now, but
I'm not gonna watch anyways.
Yeah. The Miz will be marrying people in Vegas.
I did see that. WWE weddings.
How much? That's it. How much?
They're not. Apparently, in this release, it doesn't. You don't have to pay them for him to do it. He'll be the master of ceremonies from 3 to 5 p.m. at the first WWE wedding experience, and you can register, but it doesn't say in the release if it costs anything.
Just saying, if you want to get married by WWE, just look at WWE's track record of weddings and see if you want that.
Yeah,
and if you get married by the Miz, you get 25% off your WrestleMania tickets.
You better read that time.
Use that
I'll
promo code Miz.
You want to talk about? Yeah, you want to talk about annulment central?
You get married by the Miz, and all of a sudden your likeness is owned by the WWE.
One quick match
This
announcement.
couple I married.
Yeah.
Shit.
Chris, to add into the excitement, at least I don't know, this may not be your bag because depends, but to add into matches that were announced for next week, MLP's Multiverse, which is on April 17th. They have Hechicero, who's the CMLL World Title Champion. It will be for the belt against Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing that one too.
So there you go there.
I still haven't watched the last MLP event though.
So that's episode 286 of the Dunmarks Podcast Pull Out. As always, you can find us everywhere on social media at Dunmarks Pod. Head on over to our website, dunmarkspod.com. Get all of our affiliate links. Buy some merch, Pro Wrestling Tees Pod, or prowrestlingtees.com/DunmarksPod. Give a live shout out on air. Search start, get that VPN for my AEW. You can pay the $120 for the year and watch Dynasty tomorrow night. Email the show at dunmarkspod@gmail.com. We'll take your constructive criticism as well as all the praise that you want to give for the Fantastic Four here, covering everything that is the week in pro wrestling. Anybody got anything else before we wrap it up and get out of here?
I'm good.
All right, this week's quote of the week, little Monday motivation for you is: grief is the price you pay for love. Grief is the price you pay for love. So with that being said, I'm a Mark, you're a Mark, tell a Mark, and until next time, y'all can catch us around the way.